What's going on, guys? So today we are going to be reviewing a few different things, but just talking about what. Let's recap what happened last week. That's first and foremost. Um, so last week we had a very good trade. Let me just catch you guys up, right? I the 100K challenge that I started on the 12th ended up failing that challenge, but here's why. And just to show you guys, right? So if you followed along and you saw my last week's post, the drop that happened here, we were waiting for this drop to happen, right? Hope you guys can see that. We were waiting for this drop to happen here. But in our entry, our execution, we were off. So I did not predict price coming back up again up here to retest the negative 61.8 on the fib, which I don't have my fib drawn up on the chart right now, but price ended up coming back up to the fib. So we got caught up in the climb right here, right? Price ended up catching us in this area, selling off, holding the trade for way too long, and taking a big loss, which caused me to hit the daily loss limit, and overall to end up blowing the entire account. Right now, was I wrong about the trade, or was I wrong about where the market was going? Obviously not, because we see that the market ended up dropping, coming all the way down to this zone right where I said it would come down to. The problem is our execution was off. So what did we learn, or what did I learn, is that one, take the small loss. Don't turn a small loss into a big loss just because you're holding your bias, right? Even if I had the account size to hold that trade all the way through, it still wouldn't have been wise to hold it the entire way, because there's no need to put so much of the account at risk. It's better to take that small loss, regroup, and find a better entry up top. Because had I had waited for price to come back up to this zone and retest the negative 61.8 and then get in off of this, let me see if I can get those off of there, and get back in off of this doji right here on the 30-minute time frame, that's a major drop that I would have been able to hold and take a much larger win than even from the entry where I was initially. So that's what happened last week. Now, to catch you guys up on what happened on Friday, is we missed all of this drop right here. We missed all of this coming down, right? And yeah, I hope you guys can see the crosshairs here, but we missed all of this drop coming down on Friday. And luckily, I was able to catch a little bit of the drop, seeing as price was still rejecting the bottom of the zone after it broke through here, retested, consolidated through here, came down and went back up for the retest. So once price broke below, I was able to catch a small trade here. There's a whole bunch of consolidation going on, but the way I was able to catch this trade was simply this. I went down to the 15 or the 5-minute time frame, I believe it was, and I was able to draw up this trend line right here. Right? So I drew my point, was able to draw up this trend line here. Once price broke below, I was in these areas up here, but because price kept on consolidating, as you can see, I would be in profit, price would come back, take me out at break even, in profit again, price would come back, take me out at break even. It wasn't until price broke down to this level that I was able to scale down to the 1 minute and get a nice Scotch bonnet entry. And for those of you that don't know what a Scotch bonnet entry is, it's just part of my strategy that I have called the Scotch bonnet strategy. it's a long story, but I'll explain that in another video as to why I call it that. But I was able to catch a nice entry off the 1 minute here, with the stochastic lining up being over bought, price bouncing off of the 200 moving average and at this level of major resistance, and I was able to catch a nice, what is this, almost a nice 2.42 to 1 trade, which was able to allow me to gain the gains that I got from this trade, making a little over $1,100 on this trade. Now this is a part of my combine, so yeah, I did not make that live money, but it's the same trade as though I would have taken it live. So just wanted to share that with you guys. So yeah, so I was able to catch that trade to end the week on the Friday and to start the combine again, you know, similarly to how we ended the previous Friday on the last attempt at passing the combine. You know, starting with day one up over $1,000, and looking to get the $6,000 target that we have to reach in order to get a live account. So yeah, we're starting the week in a great place. I'm just recapping what happened on Friday. You know, price did end up breaking this level here, which is what I was looking to happen, but we ended up taking profit early as price came down to this level of support right here. So, you know, came to the support, pushed back up, but then ultimately came down, broke the level of support, and then continued coming down and consolidated for the rest of the day there. So yeah, so it was a great trade, great execution on there. My goal for this week is really to stay focused, to not try and chase any trades, and to monitor my losses. If I have a trade that's going into a loss, not letting it run, not extending my stop loss, not, you know, holding it in confluence with my bias, but just making sure that I hold my trade. You know, accordingly. And if it loses, take the loss and then go back again, look for another entry, and just make it happen from there. So yeah, we've already hit about 7.5 minutes on this. Don't need to make the video any longer.